Success doesn't happen overnight. It's not the result of one giant leap, but rather the accumulation of many small steps taken consistently over time. Every great achievement, every incredible transformation, begins with a single, often humble action. Yet, so many people hesitate to start because they think they need to make a massive move right away. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect plan. But the truth is, perfection never comes. Progress starts when you take that first small step, even when you're not fully ready. Think about any skill you've ever learned, whether it's reading, riding a bike, speaking in public, or building a business. None of it happened in a single day. It was the result of repetition, consistency, and gradual improvement. Those tiny daily actions, even when they seem insignificant, compound over time and lead to extraordinary results. This is the power of small steps. Imagine planting a seed. On the first day, nothing seems to happen. On the second day, still nothing. Weeks pass and you might doubt whether the seed will ever grow. But beneath the surface, something incredible is taking place. Roots are forming, the seed is gathering strength, and eventually it breaks through the soil. In the same way, your small efforts may not show immediate visible results, but they are quietly building the foundation for your success. Many people underestimate this process because they crave instant gratification. We live in a world of quick results and fast solutions. Social media highlights success stories, but often hides the years of effort behind them. We see the final moment, the big break, but not the countless small steps that led to that point. This creates a false expectation that success should be quick and dramatic. When people don't see results right away, they give up, thinking their efforts don't matter. But real success doesn't work like that. It's built slowly, step by step. Consider the story of someone who wants to get fit. If they try to change everything overnight, extreme diet, intense workouts, they usually burn out within weeks. But if they start by simply walking 10 minutes a day, then increase gradually, those small actions become sustainable habits. Over months, these small steps transform their body and mind. Similarly, someone who reads just 10 pages a day can finish dozens of books in a year. A person who saves a small amount of money regularly can build wealth over time. The power is not in the size of the step, but in the consistency of taking it. Another powerful example is writing. Many best-selling authors don't write their books in one burst of inspiration. They write a little every day, even when they don't feel like it. 1 page a day may not seem like much, but in a year, it becomes a 365-page book. That's the power of steady progress. One of the biggest obstacles people face is the fear of starting small. They think, what's the point of doing this tiny thing? It won't make a difference. But every mountain is climbed one step at a time. When you take that first step, even if it's small, something changes inside you. You build momentum. Momentum turns into motivation, and motivation fuels bigger actions. Over time, these actions accumulate into something powerful. Another reason small steps are so effective is that they reduce resistance. When a task feels too big, it's easy to procrastinate. But when you break it down into small, manageable pieces, it becomes easier to take action. For example, instead of saying, I have to clean the entire house, just say, I'll clean one shelf. Instead of saying, I need to build a successful business, say, I'll work on one idea for 10 minutes today. These small commitments feel achievable, and once you start, it's much easier to keep going. There's a concept called the 1% improvement rule. It suggests that if you improve by just 1% every day, by the end of the year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. This is the power of compounding. Just like money grows through compound interest, your habits, skills, and progress compound through consistent effort. Think about some of the most successful people in the world: athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, leaders. None of them became great overnight. Olympic athletes train for years, often starting with basic drills as children. Entrepreneurs build their businesses step by step, facing failures and learning from them. Musicians practice daily, sometimes for hours, perfecting their craft bit by bit. Behind every extraordinary success is a long journey of ordinary, consistent actions. Here's another perspective. When you take small steps, you also give yourself space to learn and adjust. Big leaps often lead to big mistakes, and when things go wrong, it's harder to recover. But small steps allow you to experiment, learn from feedback, and adapt without losing everything. This makes your journey more sustainable and less stressful. Also, small steps build confidence. Each time you complete a small task, you prove to yourself that you're capable. This boosts your self-belief, which fuels even more action. Confidence isn't built by waiting for the perfect moment. It's built by showing up consistently, even when things feel uncertain. Remember, taking small steps doesn't mean thinking small. Your vision can still be massive, but instead of being paralyzed by the size of your dreams, you break them down into smaller, actionable steps that move you closer each day. It's like climbing a staircase. You focus on the step in front of you, not the entire flight. But eventually, you reach the top. Let's take an example of learning a new language. If you study for 10 minutes daily, it might not feel like much at first. But over months, those minutes accumulate into hours of practice. You'll begin to understand words, phrases, and eventually conversations. If you waited until you had enough time to study for hours every day, you might never start. Small steps remove excuses and create momentum. The same principle applies to personal growth. If you practice gratitude daily by writing down just one thing you're grateful for, your mindset slowly shifts. If you meditate for 5 minutes a day, your stress levels gradually decrease. If you speak kindly to yourself daily, your self-esteem strengthens over time. Transformation happens in the daily, repeated actions, not in sudden bursts. Here's the truth. Taking small steps requires patience and faith. You have to trust the process, even when you don't see immediate results. You have to keep going when progress is invisible. But that's exactly what separates those who succeed from those who give up too early. Successful people keep showing up, step by step, because they understand that big results are built through small actions. So if you have a dream that feels overwhelming, break it down. Ask yourself, what is one small step I can take today? Then take it. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Don't underestimate the power of that single action. Over time, those steps will take you further than you ever imagined. One day, you'll look back and realize that the small, consistent actions you took were the very foundation of your success. You'll see that every step mattered, every moment of effort counted, and the dream that once felt far away became your reality, not through magic, but through steady, unstoppable progress.